Here's an ember that should terrify you. According to the Federal Reserve's most recent survey of consumer finances, 37% of Americans cannot cover an unexpected $400 expense without borrowing money or selling something. Not $400,000. For 100, a flat tire, a broken phone, a vet bill. For more than 1 in 3 Americans, that single event creates a financial crisis. And here's the part that should make you angry. It's not because they're bad with money in some deep, complicated way. It's because nobody ever gave them a simple set of rules. The wealthy don't have 47 budgeting apps and elaborate spreadsheets. They operate on a small number of brutally simple, non-negotiable rules. Today, I'm giving you those rules. All of them, in the next 12 minutes. This isn't a video about getting rich. This is a video about never being one bad month away from disaster again. Minimalist money rules, not 50 rules, not a 12-step program, not a 200-page book. A small set of rules so simple you could explain them to a 12-year-old, and so powerful that following them consistently puts you ahead of the majority of Americans by default. Because here's the truth nobody says out loud. Financial stability isn't complicated. It's just rarely simple, because an entire industry profits from making it feel complicated. Today, we strip all of that away. 6 rules. Each one is simple enough to remember without writing it down. Each one is backed by real data, Federal Reserve, FDIC, decades of research on what actually works. And critically, each one works regardless of how much you currently earn. Whether you make $35,000 a year or $350,000, these rules are the floor beneath everything else. Let's go. Rule number 1. And a single rule that, if you implemented nothing else, would change your entire financial life. Every dollar that enters your account gets assigned a job before you spend a cent of it. This is the foundation of what's called zero-based budgeting. Income minus expenses minus savings equals 0. Not because you spend everything, but because every dollar has a destination. Bills, groceries, savings, investments, fund money. Nothing floats around undecided. The reason this single rule is so powerful, undecided money is the single biggest source of financial leakage in any household. Money without a job finds a job, usually a bad one. Here's how simple this actually is. The moment your paycheck hits your account, before you do anything else, every dollar gets a label, not a complicated spreadsheet. A simple list: rent $1,400, groceries for $100, savings $500. Everything else already spoken for. Research consistently shows that households using any form of proactive budgeting, even a simple notebook, save significantly more than households that track spending after the fact. Tom Corley's research on self-made millionaires found that 76% used a written budget. Not because budgets are exciting, because undecided money disappears. Your action step, before your next paycheck arrives, write down every dollar's job. Use pen and paper if you want. Complexity is not the point. Decision is the point. If a dollar doesn't have a job when it arrives, it will find one, and it usually won't be a job you would have chosen. Rule number 2, and the rule that single-handedly would have eliminated that 37% statistic from a hook. Keep 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses in an account you do not touch for anything except a genuine emergency. Not a vacation, not a sale, not a really good deal. A genuine emergency, job loss, medical event, essential repair. This is the rule that turns life's inevitable disasters from financial catastrophes into inconveniences. Dave Ramsey's entire system places this as step 3 before any investing begins, for exactly this reason. Without this buffer, every investment you make is one bad month away from being liquidated at the worst possible time. Where should this money live? Not under your mattress. Inflation erodes it. Not in your checking account. Too easy to borrow from yourself. The answer, a high-yield savings account, completely separate from your daily spending account, currently paying 4 to 5% APY at places like Marcus, Ally, or SoFi, compared to the FDIC national average of 0.46%. Fully FDIC insured up to $250,000. Completely liquid, available within 1 to 2 business days if you genuinely need it, but psychologically separate enough that you won't accidentally spend it on a Tuesday. Your action step: calculate 1 month of essential expenses: rent, utilities, groceries, insurance, minimum debt payments. Multiply by 3. That's your minimum target. Open a HYSA today if you don't have one and start moving toward that number, even if it's $25 a week. The number matters less than the direction. Rule number 3, and the rule that, when broken, quietly cancels out everything else you do right. Never carry a balance on high-interest debt. The average U.S. credit card interest rate in 2024 sat above 21%, according to Federal Reserve data. Let that sink in. 21% guaranteed loss on every dollar you carry, compounding monthly. There is no investment, none, that reliably beats a guaranteed 21% cost. Paying off high-interest debt isn't a budgeting line item. It's a 21% guaranteed return, tax-free, risk-free. The stock market's long-term average is roughly 10%. Paying off credit card debt outperforms the stock market by double with zero risk. This rule has one exception, and one exception only: mortgages and, in some cases, low-rate student loans, debt at rates below what you could reasonably earn investing. Everything else, credit cards, personal loans, buy now, pay later balances, store cards at 25+%, gets eliminated before anything else happens with your money beyond Rule 1 and 2. Your action step: list every debt you have with its interest rate. Anything above 8% gets attacked next, after your emergency fund is in place. Anything above 15% gets attacked with real urgency. This is now your second priority, period. Rule number 4, and the rule that turns willpower-dependent good intentions into a system that runs without you. Automate every recurring financial decision the day it's made, not the day you feel ready. Savings transfers, investment contributions, bill payments, 401k contributions. All of it set up once on autopilot, ideally scheduled for the day your paycheck arrives. Nobel Prize-winning economist Richard Thaler's Save More Tomorrow research found that automatic enrollment in retirement savings dramatically increases participation and savings rates compared to programs requiring an active opt-in decision every time. The difference isn't motivation. It's whether a decision has to be made at all. Here's why this matters so much for financial stability specifically. Stability isn't built in dramatic moments. It's built in thousands of small, boring, repeated decisions. And humans are terrible at repeated, boring decisions. We get tired. We get distracted. We rationalize just this once. Automation removes the human failure point entirely. Your action step: log into your bank account today and set up exactly 3 automatic transfers to your emergency fund, to your retirement account, and to one investment account, all scheduled for the day after your paycheck lands. Then forget about them. That's the whole point. Rule number 5, the quiet killer that destroys financial stability for people who are, on paper, doing great: lifestyle inflation. Every time your income rises, immediately direct at least half of the increase to savings or debt payoff before your spending adjusts at all. According to SoFi's research, the average American savings rate in 2024 was just 4%, while the top 1% saved 38%. The difference isn't that wealthy people earn 10 times more. It's that when their income rose, their spending didn't rise proportionally. The gap between income and spending, not the income itself, is what creates stability. This rule has a specific mechanism that makes it painless: the 50-50 raise rule. Got a raise of $200 a month? $100 goes straight into your automated savings transfer from Rule 4. The other $100 you can spend freely, guilt-free. You still feel the benefit of the raise, but your baseline lifestyle never fully catches up to your income, which means every future raise builds your stability faster than your spending. Your action step: the next time you get any increase in income, a raise, a bonus, a tax refund, before you spend any of it, increase your automatic transfer by half that amount. Immediately. before you adjust to having it. Rule number 6, and the simplest of all, but the one almost nobody actually does. No one single number. Your true monthly survival cost. Not your ideal lifestyle cost. The absolute floor. Rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, insurance, minimum debt payments, transportation. Add it up once. Write down. This number is your reference point for everything. How much your emergency fund needs to cover, how much income you actually need to feel safe, and how far any financial decision is moving you from or toward true stability. Most people have never calculated this number, and you cannot navigate toward a destination you've never identified. Your action step, and this is the one I want you to actually do today, not someday. Open your banking app right now, or this evening, and calculate that number. Write it on a sticky note. Put it where you'll see it. That single number, once known, makes every other rule in this video dramatically easier to apply because you finally know exactly what you're protecting and exactly what you're building toward. 6 rules. Assign every dollar a job before you spend it. Build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund you never touch. Never carry high-interest debt, ever. Automate everything the day you decide it. Don't let your lifestyle grow as fast as your income. And know your one number, your true monthly survival cost. None of these require a finance degree. None of them require a high income. They require deciding once and then letting the system run. That 37% statistic from the beginning of this video, every single rule here is a direct countermeasure to it. If this video gave you something real, share it with someone who needs a simple system, not another complicated app. Subscribe for research-backed financial content every week. And drop in the comments, which of these 6 rules are you missing right now? I read every single one. See you in the next one.